Hello, welcome to my channel, Conscious Growing. I'm Matthias. Welcome to a new video. For some reason I'm more excited than usual to make this video because I find this topic so interesting and I want to share some observations with you, and it might be familiar what you experience. And I'm aware that when you're dealing with a chronic symptoms, chronic illness, it's quite natural that some people are able to rest and sleep even along the day, and they're able to have long hours of sleep, and others really have difficulties to find rest and sleep. And I think both are just the extremes we're going through. Some bodies, some systems are able to take rest, and which is good to a certain degree, I guess. But also, if you sleep the whole day through, and there's also something is shouting to be balanced out again. And today I want to talk from my position, and my position was that from the very beginning I had difficulties to relax and to find rest, even though I was so exhausted at times. And there also was lots of fear around the symptoms and the whole bunch of sensations in my system, especially in the beginning. And I just want to share a little bit what I experienced and how is it changing right now and what I find helpful. So I think one of the common things, and that was in my case, is that I was so focused on the symptoms, and I developed a habit observing my body, scanning my body all the time, and checking all the crazy sensations. And I think, and now it comes to my consciousness, that this tendency and this kind of habit was there all the time. I mean, even before the sensations and this illness hit me. And I, yeah, how can I say this? I have the tendency to be really focused on things. Before it was work, it was paying attention to people, always focused, focused, focused. And on top of it, I'm a body-mind therapist, so the tendency to feel myself, to be in the body, was quite natural for me. And when it turned to symptoms, I kept this habit and always thought that when I'm just spending enough attention, I will be able to solve the problem. And now I know that it's just causing the opposite. And it's not so easy to change the habit again, because this is a habit of a lifetime maybe. And so what I discovered recently is that when my system is always in gear, when my system is always trying to solve something, trying to get rid of symptoms, trying to get better, then of course this is a message of hypersensitivity to the brain, because I'm not able to take rest, as simple as that. And when the system, I call it the system, the body-mind system, isn't able to find rest because it's ruminating the whole day through, then this is a very exhausting activity. And therefore I observed and discovered and decided that I have to work on my on the possibility to find a little bit rest again, to bring rest and relaxation back to my life and to this body. And then for quite an amount of time I did some relaxing meditations, and especially in the beginning of the illness I did it really regularly. And the result was not so satisfying, because I had the feeling I did it as best as I could, and I didn't see results. And as I mentioned in some earlier videos, I know why. At a certain point I understood why this was happening, because I was still trying to fix myself and use the meditations to come into a better state, which is understandable, but it wasn't practical for me, and that didn't give me the promised and the results I was hoping for. So recently I tried to do it in a new way, and this new way is I work on my brain directly and invite my brain to have rest in between. And I really started just with some moments, just a few minutes, several times along the day, just to lay down and just to tell my brain, look, we were so busy the last couple of months, and now we have the opportunity to rest, and we should include moments of rest along the day. We should learn it. And I know it's not so easy for you because you're busy all the time. This kind of self-talk. And when I'm lying down a few minutes, and in the meantime it's getting better already, it can also be 20 minutes or half an hour. In between, when I feel I'm kind of overwhelmed, or I feel dizzy, or the energy goes down, I allow myself to take rest. And what I'm observing, and this is really interesting, is more and more I'm able to find relaxation. So my focus is just on resting. My focus is just on, I don't have to make any plans right now. I don't have to worry about the future right now. I'm deciding to take rest. And what I experience and feel is that there's some resistance, of course, because this scared brain is so used to be active all the time, searching for some problems, and it has to relearn this kind of quality. And maybe I never had it. Maybe I never felt safe enough in my entire life. And now there is the need to learn this and to find ways to balance out my life between activities, between being active and rest, spending quality time with myself, resting with myself, just lying on the bed or on the couch. And as I said, it wasn't so easy to establish this new quality, but with time now I'm getting better. And I have moments where I can enjoy it. I really can enjoy these moments. And they're getting longer, and the quality seems to get better. Quality in sense of feeling calm and quiet within myself, feeling calm and quiet in these moments. But now here is the catch, and this is really interesting, because what happens is that when I have these moments of rest and enjoy them, and the body starts to relax, I have crazy sensations in my body. And I don't want to go into details, it's just biochemical processes that are going to happen. And what's happening, and this is my explanation, is when you are in gear all the time, then you realize that your muscles are tensed, holding, chest is holding, there's anxiety in the body, there are symptoms beneath, and so, and because I was in gear all the time, these suppressed energies weren't able to release. I didn't find ways to release them. And when I do this or allow myself this relaxation periods, I realize that in the moment I relax, these energies, I call them, they come more to the surface. And I had this before, and usually I find it so uncomfortable when these energies came up. Lots of unpleasant sensations, even anxiety, and I always allowed it to a certain degree. And but when I'm honest to myself, I was resisting these kind of energies. And because I was resisting them, I end up in this cycle, in this loop of, opening up a little bit, then unpleasant sensations come, and you allow them to a certain degree, but then you shift your attention to some distraction and you don't want to have them. And I'm not talking about experience the sensations and then doing something nice for myself. I'm talking about distraction because somehow I wanted to run away from these sensations. But now, the more I'm experiencing this, I feel that the more I don't build up resistance and just let these sensations express themselves, the easier it gets. And the easier they leave my body, the more energy I have, because it's clear that resistance causes resistance. And it's so obvious that there is a shift of something that I was holding on, and I don't need to name it even. I don't need to go into the past, and I don't have to understand why do these energies come up and what it's all about. I don't need to make a story out of it. The more sober and natural I'm able to stay, and then I just can allow them. And in the meantime, I'm able to be them in this quiet mode, means I'm sitting there, I'm lying there, and I let this energy go through my system, allow them to flow through my system, and don't build up resistance. And when I do this, the lighter I feel afterwards. And so I really have the feeling that this is a switch, an energetic switch, allowing what was covered. And when I allow these processes to happen, I feel less symptoms afterwards. I feel more lightness afterwards. And these are processes. And I feel that I should practice this more and more. I have the feeling the body isn't balanced out yet, but I'm on the right track because I, I have less resistance against these symptoms. Also, I can be with them more and here inside, but also I go outside even when I have these sensations. And that was impossible a few months ago because I was trying to hide. I was always scared when it happened, but I was scared of these biochemical processes in the system, and I wanted to control them. This is one of the things. And trying to control them makes them even worse. And I think it doesn't matter what kind of symptom you have. Everyone got his own specific character, maybe, and for sure. But nevertheless, it's really the question, do I persist or am I able to allow them? Am I able to allow what happens? And I like this word allowing because in some other videos I use this term acceptance, and it's a big word, and sometimes words can have a big meaning, because acceptance is something, it's quite a burden to accept unpleasant sensations. But allowing is a little bit lighter. And if you say, I'm allowing my symptoms to be there, it's a generous invitation somehow. This is at least how I see this. And yes, so I want to encourage everyone to learn to melt into the sensations. Yeah, or not melt into the sensation. This is quite right. Isn't quite right. It's more like, I'm here, I'm open, I'm allowing myself to relax. I practice this. I start with a few moments in the beginning and then elongate them with time. And so I'm here and I'm allowing these sensations to be there too. And I think the important point here is, and this is a very empowering attitude, I think, is you are the relaxed space. Your focus is just on opening your body. You're relaxing yourself. Your focus is just on relaxing and not on the symptoms. And then the symptoms play themselves out in what kind of way ever. They're just happening. But there is some kind of intelligence which is leading these kind of energies when we don't fight them, when we don't resist them, and we just allow them. And yeah, my experience is that with time, relaxation is more possible on one hand, and on the other hand, the very sensations don't scare me as much anymore. And so, because they don't scare me so much anymore, I'm also able to be more active and let them be there, let them operate in the background somehow. But they're just in the background, and the main attention is doing this video, for example, in this moment. And of course, there is something in the background always, but it's like really you do this switch and shift the attention, let it be there, don't fight it, but also not paying too much attention. And with time, this more familiar feeling of being relaxed and present will come out of it. And this is a very important part of recovery, I guess, because relaxation is essential in healing. Because I observed, if I'm always in gear, then it's impossible to heal and learn to relax again. And yeah, I hope this makes some sense. And yeah, I'm curious what's happening to you. What are your observations and experience about this one? And please share in the comments if you like. Subscribe my channel if you like. And I'm looking forward to the next video. Bye for now. Bye.